What up, guys? This is your favorite off-road bodybuilder, Hawk Bailey, coming to you live from Hawk's Corner. Yeah, little dumb name I made up. So, for some reason in every prep, I'm not going to say some reason, because I mean it's logical that it happens, I get a jolt of energy. When I have a jolt of energy, I like to make videos. Haven't been doing, actually I haven't been posting them. Making a lot of videos, haven't been posting them, so this time I'll post this video. I just want to talk about something that I read a lot, so I know a lot, but I don't relay that information a lot. And I feel, well, I do it to my customers because, you know, that's my job, but I feel the more you talk about, the more you kind of remember and you like stay in it, and you know, it kind of works the brain and all that crazy stuff. So what I want to talk to you about today is something that is very near and dear to me: dirty bulking versus clean bulking. So in Layne Norton's video, I was watching one of his videos and he was saying how there really is no definition for dirty bulking. I 100% agree. He said all the gurus call it dirty bulking. I 100% agree with that. So there's no definition to clean bulking. But there's more so clean and more so dirty. So with dirty bulking, that means like all I need is a shitload of calories. I need 4,000 calories. I'm going to eat 12 pizzas a day. I'm going to do this. That's dirty bulking. Clean bulking, that's more so I'm going to try to get my calories from, you know, whole foods. I'm going to get the right carbohydrates. I'm going to do the right this, the right that. Now, the reason why there is no set definition is because, first of all, words like organic doesn't necessarily mean it's organic. Words like natural, that definitely doesn't mean it's natural. You know, words like, well, that stuff. So there's no real definition for those. You can't have a definition for clean or dirty bulking. But there is a definition for, you know, eating, or not definition, but there is a difference between eating junk food, eating whole foods. Nice wholesome foods are clean. Now, I don't mind. I'm not going to say I don't eat cheesesteaks and whatever, because I'm human. We all do. They taste good. Or pizzas or whatever you like. So it happens. Bam. But for the most part, when I'm bulking, you know, I like to try to keep it chicken, brown rice, yams, oats, potatoes, you know, stuff like that. Clean stuff. Well, clean stuff. Try to keep it like that. And every once in a while I'll squeeze in like a pizza or a cheesesteak. For the most part I kind of just eat it because it's kind of like, alright, I have nothing else here. I might get chicken, you know, pizza or a cheesesteak or a hoagie. But in reality, like, to me, you give me brown rice with chicken and just put a lot of barbecue sauce on it, it tastes just as good. I really don't care, as long as I'm getting my calories in. I just see macros, I don't see the food. But a lot of people, they do like that stuff, and they feel, okay, since I like it, and I need a bulk, I might as well just eat it. Here's the problem, though. I'm not going to say it doesn't work. It works. Does it work the way you want it, or the way you think? You think it does because you're getting bigger. But you're not getting that quality size. So that's kind of like where clean bulking comes in. Now, obviously, for everybody, and I know anybody's gonna, no matter what I say on the videos, everybody's gonna debate me, because science is becoming subjective. It's like, because there's so much out there, so it's kind of like, no matter what I say, somebody's gonna debate me. But this is from what I read, this is from what I know, and this is from my common sense off of what I know. Quick lesson on insulin. The way insulin works. Insulin is not just about sugar. Insulin is not just about carbs. Insulin, you know, it's a hormone, right? What happens? You eat your food, you get an insulin response. It doesn't matter what it is, you get an insulin response, right? But for the sake of the video, carbohydrates from Dirty Balking. Eat the food, bam, you got your sugar in, right? Okay. Sugar is not bad. People say sugar is the devil. I loved how my nutrition teacher, she always put this. She said no food is good or bad. Food is just food. It does what it needs to do. The only thing that I would categorize as bad is trans fat. Stay away from that. You don't want that. Eat it, you die. So, sugar gets into your system. Bam, it's there. You know, insulin starts releasing, right? Basically, the insulin says, whoa, 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 too much sugar in here. All right, we gotta get this out of here, right? So, what does the insulin do? It goes, damn, where should I put this? Muscle. Boom. It tries to put it in some muscle. Good. Okay, we got that. We got insulin response. Insulin response goes up. More sugar goes into muscle cell. More protein goes into muscle cell. Boom. Great. Glutamine gets creatine. Whatever you supplement, right? Awesome. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you are doing a dirty bulk. Now, besides all the genetic freaks out there, like my friend Lion Hunter, find him on Facebook. Like my page first, though. Bodybuilder Sean Hawk Bailey. Anyway, so, you know, yeah, the genetic freaks out there, you guys don't count. But for the average person, you eat too much sugar, right? Sugar spikes your insulin really quick. The quicker you spike insulin, the quicker that insulin just tries to push that sugar into the muscle cell. Why? Because insulin it's working for you. It's smart, but it's just going to do what it needs to do. Sugar is going to do what they need to do. Insulin is not going to go, oh, the muscle cell can't take any more sugar. Oh man, that's okay. No, what's going to happen is it's going to push it in there. It's going to keep pushing it in there. Sooner or later, the muscle cell's like, I can't take anymore. This is too much. That's where bodybuilders get that, you know, that spillover term from. And what happens? It turns into fat. Why? Because it can't get into the muscle anymore. So, with dirty bulking, it's kind of, you do that, you keep trying to push into the muscle cell, and what happens? It all turns into fat. Now, a lot of people don't realize is, you know, a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I want to bulk, I want to get 200 pounds, I want to get 250, I want to get to 280, whatever. And they don't care how they get there, they just want to get there. And in reality, you might put on 2-3 pounds of muscle and 40 pounds of size, and you thinking you're huge. No. Not even, you might not even do 2-3, you might do 1-2 pounds of muscle and put on 80 pounds. You think you're huge. No, you're just fat. Now, why do you want to be fat? Like, the point of bodybuilding is to build your body, to be healthy, to be strong. I mean, come on. So anyway, people don't realize this. What happens is, the way I like to put it is that your body does what you train it to do, right? If you keep shoving that sugar in there, and that can't go in there, and it turns into fat, what happens is that your body actually starts retaining more water, you start proliferating more fat cells, and it's kind of like just more is just added on. You just get fatter and fatter and fatter. You're not getting leaner, you're getting fatter. Sooner or later, you're actually going to get to a point where, you know, you get the 16-17% body fat, you're not even gaining any muscle anymore just because you're so fat. There's an optimal range of gaining muscle. I would say probably around somewhere between 12 and it's a stretch, but 16. Anything past that, you're not gaining muscle. Of course, you're going to gain strength, because strength, all you need is energy. You know, you're outputting energy, and you just output a lot more to lift more weights. That's cool, but you're not necessarily building a lot of muscle. So, when you're trying to gain that 40, 50 pounds or whatever you want, you're just trying to gain fat, you're not really hitting your goal. You're thinking you are because you're bigger. Whoop-de. Alright. Let's go into the opposite end of things. Let's go to clean bulking. Now, I'm not going to say like the fast sugars and everything that you get from junk food are bad. They're not. Like I said, they're just going to do what they're going to do. Like Layden Norton said in his video, your body doesn't go, oh, that's from pizza, I can't use that carbohydrate. Oh, but this is from potatoes, I would love to use this. No, your body sees 120 grams of carbs, and 60 are from pizza, and 60 are from potatoes. Your body's going to be like, I need this. suck it all up. Your body's not going to go, oh, 60, yes. Yeah, you from pizza, buddy. Stay away. Your body is not going to do that. Your body's going to take it up and use it, because that's what carbs do. Your body just sees carbs, right? So anyway, use it up. Here's the difference. Potatoes, white rice, you know, all the stuff with quick absorbing carbohydrates, they're going to work the same as the quick absorbing carbohydrates from junk foods. Only difference is there's not all that additives, but that's something we'll get into in another video. It's not about additives right now. But here's where you get with whole foods. Whole foods, you're going to get, if you're looking for quality carbohydrates, you're going to get quality carbohydrates. You can't get quality carbohydrates out of junk food, because junk is not quality. That's why they call it junk. Quality carbohydrates, now you have your carbs, the way, I forget where I read this, but it was actually a pretty good article, but the way they explained it was that when sugar gets into your stomach, it's like a loose powder, and when quality carbohydrates get into complex carbohydrates, when they get into your stomach, it's like a ball of yarn. And what they meant was a loose powder would just kind of like go freely, do whatever it needs to do. Insulin pushes it along, does what it needs to do, right? Complex carbohydrate, that yarn, that tightly wound ball of yarn, obviously the yarn's going to come off, but it comes off slowly. So insulin comes and takes it, but little by little complex carbs come off slowly, right? So now when you do that, if your muscles don't need those carbs, eventually insulin is going to push it in there. That's just what it's, like I said, it's going to do what it needs to do. So it's going to push it in there, but it's going to it's going to ease in there slowly. Over time, like especially if you train hard, you know, that glycogen is going to be used up. You know, your muscles are going to need more carbohydrates. That's just what happens, and then your muscles are going to be happy. They'll be like, sure, bring it on in. I can take these carbs or whatever, as long as you don't shove shit in my mouth. I'm cool. That's basically what your muscles say, right? So, that being said, if you want to gain quality muscle, those carbohydrates, because they're slowly going in there, they help out. Now, also, when you're doing dirty bulking, now let's say you're doing dirty bulking but you're smart about it. I know it sounds weird, but just hear me out. Let's say you're smart about it, right? If you train your ass off, you train really hard, you're depleting the glycogen out of the muscle. Your insulin sensitivity is so high, like through the roof, because you keep training your ass off. And you're using those carbohydrates for, you know, to go to your muscle, great. Remember, still get your fiber in, still get your protein in, you know, all that crap. But then also keep in mind about all the additives in the food too, just in case to let you know. Not advocating dirty bulking, but if you're smart about it, you can kind of control it. How? Basically, again, you know, you're training hard, right? I'm using an analogy of like how I tell people to eat white potatoes and they're bulking. When I say eat white potatoes, white rice, people go, oh no, white potatoes, white rice, oh that's the devil, it's going to make me fat. No. The reason why the person sitting on the couch will get fat from eating starches is because starches absorb quick. The spike insulin levels really quick, right? So, think about it. If you are training your muscles so hard and your muscles need a lot of insulin, if you spike your insulin really quick, no matter the type of carb, it's going to go to the cell that's working. And you're working the muscle cell, so that carb is going to go right to the muscle cell because you worked it so hard. That's good. So the white stuff, actually, it works. It's just still in moderation. Everything should still be taken in moderation. Just because there are those times where your muscles don't need anymore. Your muscles are good. I'm not going to say not need anymore, but not need as much. So throughout the day, like, you know, after your training, get your fast carb. You don't need as many fast carbs. Towards the night, probably don't need any. So yeah, it's but anyway, back to junk food, how you're going to moderate it. If you do that, let's say you eat a certain amount of sugar at a time. Obviously, you're never going to know exactly how much sugar your muscles can take. But let's say you eat, you know, so your calorie expenditure rate is 3,000. You're bulking. You want to go to 3,500. You're still doing your 6-7 meals a day. Cool. You're keeping your blood glucose on a steady level. Cool. That's very hard to do with junk food, but good luck. So you're bringing them in, you bring in just a little bit, just enough carbs, the carbs that you need during that time. That's good. It can get to your muscle cell. You're not shoving it in there because you're getting just enough. Try to balance it out with fiber. Since you don't have your complex carbs, fiber will balance it out. It will drop the insulin response down a little lower. Cool. In that case, and you want fiber with every single meal if you're going to do this. That's alright. That's fine. You know, so you're getting all the carbohydrates go to the muscle cell and everything like that. But here's the thing: who's going to do that? Nobody. Why? What happens is you eat sugar. Insulin goes, whoa, 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 that's too much. You're going to die. Comes out. Shoves the sugar into the muscle cell. Okay, great. But it did it so quick. And then goes back. You're left with no energy. And then you're like, oh, I'm sluggish. And what do you think? I need caffeine and I need something to eat. And what do? You eat more sugar. So you're in the never-ending cycle of insulin, boom, muscle, bam, insulin, boom, muscle, bam, insulin, boom. Sooner or later, you're going to store so much fat. You're going to lose so much energy. You're not going to like how you feel. None of that. So don't advocate it because it's hard to maintain. So, but if you can maintain it, it's great. It's kind of like the IFYM that Layne Norton talks about. You know, if it fits your macros, cool. If it fits your macros, but chances are if you're dirty bulking, you're not going to fit your macros because the average person is not going to eat just a little bit. Hold on. Got 8 minutes left. Anyway, average person is not going to eat just a little bit. It just doesn't happen. So, clean bulking works. Now, the only reason why some people think it doesn't work is because they don't eat enough. Why? Because they're so used to eating junk foods that have so many more calories in a small amount. They eat the same amount in clean foods, and they're like, why am I not getting big? Well, there's not as many calories in that. But if you want to bulk, eat more calories in that. You know, eat more of that food, and you're going to get that same insulin response. But on top of that, you know, your joints feel better, heart be better. You know, you're going to get all the other health benefits. On top of that dirty bulk, you're not getting any health benefits. You're getting high cholesterol, high triglycerides. You're getting might be pre-diabetic. You never know. I mean, I know somebody who bulked to the point where he was pre-diabetic, and he knew it would happen, but still did it. So, clean bulking, I advocate it. Dirty bulking, I don't. But if you're going to do it, be smart about it. Don't be stupid. But also, like I said, now if you are, go back to Paul Lionheart, because this guy is a freak of nature. Him, first of all, you know you're a freak of nature if you're at Planet Fitness and you're jacked. That doesn't happen often. You're a freak of nature. And he doesn't go to 2 gyms. That's all he goes to is Planet Fitness. So anyway, this kid's got crazy lifts. He like jumps over cars just for fun. Aesthetically, everything is like perfect. Now, obviously, you know, he has his, you know, there's certain things he needs to work on with. That's cool. But he's the kind of guy where it's like, yo, do I need to work on this? Yes. He'll come back 2 weeks later. How's it look? Good. That's the kind of guy he is. So anyway, somebody like him, he trains his ass off. He trains really hard. His insulin sensitivity is really high, so he can handle the dirty foods a little better than most people. So if you're that person who trains your ass off, which in reality, a lot of you guys don't. You just say you do. And I'll train with them. And it's not like I'm beating them down. Now, of course, I have trained with people who they just can't keep up. But if I train with somebody and they can keep up, I'm like, so you have it in you. It's obvious you can do it. It's obvious you're stronger. It's obvious you can push yourself. You just don't want to go to that, you know, to that level because you're scared. You have a fear or something. Don't. Your body can do amazing things. Just test it out. Try it. You'd be surprised at what you can do. Me, with my arthritis, it's almost impossible for somebody in my case to be doing what I'm doing, but it's happening. Your body can do a lot of amazing things. Just push it. Anyway, if you're pushing it hard enough, and you're training long enough, and you're training or not necessarily long enough, a good duration, and you're training often enough, your insulin sensitivity goes up to the roof. Insulin sensitivity goes up, you eat more sugars, that insulin can handle that. So, train your ass off. But as far as, like I said, average person is not going to maintain that dirty bulking. So, don't do it. Cheat meals, fine. Every once in a while, everybody wants a pizza or a cheesesteak or a hoagie or a Chipotle. I love Chipotle. I know Matt August does too, but he went a little crazy. But I mean, everybody loves that stuff. Just don't eat it all the time, thinking just because it has 4,000 calories, and I'm going to get exactly what I need. Because keep in mind, you still need your protein, you still need your fats, and you need your carbs. If you're getting 4,000 calories and 95% is carbs, where's your protein? What's the point of increasing insulin if all that's going to muscle is carbohydrates? Your muscle need your muscles store carbohydrates. Your muscles use amino acids. Give it something it can use. It uses amino acids. It uses water. It stores carbohydrates as glycogen. So you need that protein. You need that fiber, because if your insulin goes too high, that's not good either. So that fiber is going to balance your insulin out. If you need your fats, because fats, they act as an endocrine organ once they enter your body. They're not, but they act as one. It controls testosterone, controls estrogen, controls melatonin, controls serotonin, controls insulin, glucagon, all that stuff. So you need every single macro. So keep that in mind when you're trying to hit your amount. Now, if your goal is to get fat, go ahead, do it. Whatever, that's your goal. If your goal is to gain quality mass, do it the right way. Don't just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. People think this, gaining quality mass is, I'm not going to say just as hard as cutting. It's not a whole lot easier. You still got to keep up with your macros. Obviously, you don't go through the physical and emotional and stress and everything that you would if you're cutting. But you still got to keep up with your foods. You got to keep up with your meals. You got to keep up with your training. You got to keep up with this and that. And also, for people who think you don't need to do cardio, hold on, 2 minutes. For people who don't think you need to do cardio, do it. Cardio, a long time ago when I first started working at my job, I thought cardio was I was like, nah, don't do cardio. You're not going to gain weight. Don't go overboard on cardio. Obviously don't go run 8 miles if you're trying to bulk. It's not going to work. But if you're doing a little bit of cardio, that's actually going to bring your insulin sensitivity up too. Because now it's you're still working the muscle. Your body's not going to store as many carbs as fat. Obviously you want to have a good heart. You want your blood flowing. You want all that stuff. So keep doing the cardio. Just don't do anything crazy. I mean, you could do 10 minutes on the Stairmaster 3 days a week. That's enough. Just something. So yeah, anyway, I just want to make a video about that and just talk about all this stuff, just because, like I said, I have knowledge. I don't relay it enough. I do that all the time at my job. I don't relay enough to YouTube or a lot of my friends. So anyway, yep, there you go. Dirty bulking versus clean bulking. Clean bulking, I would say do it. Dirty bulking, if you're going to do it, be smart. And that's it. Remember to like my fan page, Bodybuilder Sean Hawk Bailey. My personal page is Hawk Bailey. And my Instagram, Hawk Bailey also. I'm on there all the time, constantly making status updates. You can check my progress as far as shows go and all that stuff and all that crap. Feel free to ask me any questions too. I love helping. Like I said, it helps me, stay sharp. Anyway, stay productive. Be blessed.